Okay, welcome everyone. We'll start our lesson 3. Today lesson will go through LO3, Learning Outcome 3. As you know me, my name is Anjum Sattar. Please, if you have any question, you can drop me email anjum@ukversity.co.uk. Today lesson will go through our LO3, which is be able to measure the business internal environment. What is the internal environment? Which is mean micro environment. There are two types of environment in business. One we called micro, M-I-C-R-O, micro, which is internal, also known as controllable. Yes, if you want to change the organization structure, role and responsibility, it's manageable and product specification. But other is macro, which is external, uncontrollable, like you can't control it. You have to adjust your operation, like political, economic, social and technological environment, which we'll go through the following lessons. Okay, so today lesson will be internal environment. Okay, so today lesson will be focused on SWOT. We'll go through internal stakeholders, external, we can link it, our discussions, strength, weaknesses, opportunity, competitive rivalry, Michael 5 forces we can discuss about, and that will be in our discussion today lesson. That's the indicative content. Okay, so business environment is all the components that affect the business. All the components that affect the business, its strategy, its policy, its product, include both internal factor like employees, resources, external factor like customer and market. Each these contribute the company working environment can influence how the business functions. Some of example of business environment are value. So every organization have value. We treat people like to be treated. Every little help. We exceed the customer expectation. We are integral. We are honest with the customer. These are all the values organizations set. Sometimes they compromise their own values. Culture, norms, values, and competition in the industry, market segmentation, demographic, business cycle, economic security. What is the business external environment? The factor outside the business that can affect operations, which is not like at the moment in the UK, inflation rate is more than 10%. So which is affecting every business because the disposable income, the consumable income is less, the customer has. So that's affected, the operation. Influence its activities and the choice is determined by opportunities and risk. Risk is a probability of happening something. We have at the moment interest rate, which is called base rate, basic interest rate, which is set by the Central Bank of England, which is 4.25%. So in other part of the world is called state bank. That's that, the interest rate almost is going up and ultimately the inflation high and the government want to control the inflation. Internal business environment refer all the factors that's more direct impact, daily activities, and the main factor, the internal environment, customer, supplier, competitors, shareholders, financial institution, and employee. These all come under the internal, which is small levels, and we can look around. Okay. Any question, Andy?
No.
Okay. Then we're looking at explain what is meant by term internal environment. Internal environment of business refer to the internal factor or the condition that exists within the company that influence the business operation and success of the business. Internal environment of business refer to the all factors or the forces that have more direct impact daily activities of the business. The main factor internal is customer, suppliers, shareholders. Shareholders mean investors, financial institution, and employees. These factors include the business mission. We can look around any company of your choice, their mission. We can look around our own university missions. We can look around the mission of Starbucks Cafe. We can look around the mission and the VN. mission, why you are in business, and where you want to see your business in future. Organization culture, leadership style is very important. You want autocratic, democratic, free line, transactional, transformational leader. Technology, financial resources, policies, procedures, physical resources such as equipment. Okay. So we can think about internal environment is under the direct control of business and can be changed or adopted to meet the challenges, changing needs of the business. So it is essential for the business to be managed their internal environment effectively to achieve its goal and objective. Objective mean end result. Whatever activity we are doing is our objective. Like we want to increase 10% profit, we want to increase the market share. These can be all objectives. So internal environment refer to the factor and the function of the stakeholders and the culture exists within a business. The factor directly controlled by the business and have a significant impact on the operation success and overall performance. Internal factor impact business, its management. So what is the management? Management is a discipline, management is a task, management success of anything is a success of managers. So managers they can design an environment where people feel confident to work, employees, system and processes which all control and influenced by business itself. The function of the business, like last lesson we discussed about marketing, HR, and these are all the function. We have to work as a single unit to be achieve the objective. Internal environment, we have to more coordination. Stakeholders mean anybody who has any interest in the business is a part of internal environment, and their action, their decision can affect the business operation. Okay. Organization culture of the business is also part of internal environment. This includes the shared value, beliefs, attitudes, behavior that influence. So there are a couple of model of culture, which is culture dimension, we call them, or cultural web model. We can look around those, and those also help to be further explored. So that's why we use in international business, think globally, act locally. You can think about whole world is your, but you have to act according to the local culture. Impact on employees engagement, production. In summary, internal environment of the business comprise of all the function and the functions, stakeholders and organization culture that directly control influence of business itself. Then we have 3.2, explain why important measure internal environment. It is important to measure internal environment several reasons to identify the area of strength and weakness. So SWOT, SWOT. So the S is stand for strength, O is a weaknesses, W is a weaknesses, O is the opportunity, and T is the threats. Yeah, that's we need to be. So we looking SW is the internal, and OT come from external. So we compare these and we can look around the business, how it's good. Yes, we can develop the strategy. Meeting internal business, identify the area of strength, weaknesses that help the business to develop its strength and address its weaknesses. Monitor the performance. Performance, we always look in 3 areas: in time, in cost, and quality. Not compare the performance in one. Pattern is performance and make the changes. Informed decision making. The information gathered from meeting internal environment can inform the decision making. For example, business identify a weakness in a particular area. It can make the decision to address these weaknesses to improve the organization culture. Meeting the internal environment can help business understand organization culture. It can help business to create more positive and productive work environment. To satisfy the stakeholder, the internal environment can provide the stakeholders with the valuable information. This can help to build trust, confidence, business along the stakeholders such as investors, employees, and customers. Internal analysis. Internal analysis is the process of analyzing the various internal components of the company, both tangible and intangible. Tangible mean the things you can see it, physical product. Intangible is the service, processes, assets, resources is a help, to make the decision makers and the company determine the growing area and help, plan and practical strategy. The word strategy mean action plan. The word derived from the Greek word strategist. Different strategies like cost leadership, Porter. What we can do, we can explore about Porter generic strategies. What we can look around Porter generic strategies. Yes, Michael Porter, one of the great scholar and author, he gave the strategy cost leadership. Like Ryanair is the cost leader. You the cheapest company you're offering the product, and then differentiation. Differentiation, and then differentiation focus. These are your one product is different, like Apple is a differentiation focus. Maybe your style of the product or the color of the product is different, narrow focus. And the cost focus is maybe your one product cheaper than others. That's the strategy you can look around. Overall, making the internal environment important at the business, and because it can help to improve the performance, inform decision making, and build trust among the stakeholders. What we said, stakeholders mean anybody who has any interest in the business is a stakeholder. So internal analysis, we can do the gap analysis. The name implies the gap analysis recognize the difference between the company's existing operation, its goal, and the reason for conducting gap analysis is find the weak elements. Yes, every pound of asset we generate 10% return, 15%, 20%, in industry generating 50%. So we are the company performing less than the industry, so we need to be fine. Why? Yes, any question, Andy?
No.
Okay, so strategy evaluation, discuss the result and implementation strategic plan. Conduct the strategies regular during the implementation. For instance, can evaluate the performance of the company, quarterly semi-reports. We can look around what's happened in terms of customer satisfaction, what's happened in terms of the profitability, what's happened in terms of the sale. So SWOT, strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats analysis is very famous and commonly business analysis tool. Offer both internal and external, and we can measure its strength, weaknesses, opportunities. SWOT analysis can be opportunity to see the potential opportunity. We can look around, we can match our strength, why we not meeting the opportunities. If we have an outside market is growing, high demand, young population, depend, and the per capita income increasing, our sales should increase. If not increasing, we are the weakness. And that weakness we have to cover, overcome, and we can look around. And then thread, if we have a situation we are weak and outside is many company offering the same, it's better to not do the business. For instance, SWOT analysis help you find the strength of the company, like capability. Capability mean ability to do something. Talent implies its weakness. It depend upon the scarcity or the problematic supply chain. Like the growth of the Amazon thread in your business, and it's allow you to exploit the opportunity of low interest rate. Okay, there is a model called VRIO. It's called V is called value, or is rare, I is inimitability, O is organized and sustainable competitive advantage. So we can look around as a company, what are the value we have? The competitive disadvantage, no. Rare is anyone the product is offering. Competitive parity, we have inimitability, temporary competitive advantage we have, or with the competitive advantage no one can copy us, our ideas. Unused competitive advantage, maybe we're not using as an organization, and sustainable competitive advantage. So Google is one of the most powerful companies in the world, and the successful argues stream. Sustained competitive advantage is the human competitive advantage. We were break down Google VRIO from the HR perspective, and it's my value use the human capital management data to hire and retain the innovative productive employees consistent create some of the most popular consumer product. Variety is no other company are using the data based on the employees management. Extensive imitability is the data use human capital, both costly and difficult to imitate. Least in the future, the company have to build the software, invest in the training and the staff and the technology. But Google is doing it. Organization is the organized is the capture value of it. This capabilities, IT department skill to collect and maintain the data. HR team leaders trained now the data high to promote and manage, and the data mining, they are selling the data and they generating money out of it. Having VRO framework, Google to take the complete different approach, human capital management, decision massively. Google based people set the team and identify the characteristics such as the great manager, the data used to determine include survey performance. Yes, and the great manager nomination. Google also conduct the double blind interviews with the company highest and the lowest rated managers by determine the qualified greater managers and the Google strength internal team and foundation sustainable competitive advantage. SWOT and the TOES is metrics which is developed. It's a strength weaknesses, or we can say threat opportunity weaknesses and threat by the Haynes, which is has published the reports which we can look around. Yes, that's the metric is very popular, and if we compare internal and external strength and weaknesses and opportunity, is a symbol planning tool. It's a planning tool which we need to look around, and but doesn't generate actionable result and improvement. That's we need to look around. What is important? Those help to bridge the gap between the research and the forward thinking strategic, which we can look around. Finding can present and clearly organize stakeholders. It can quickly define the key focal points and action. It's cover all the bases for the taking account and the negative. It does its work. Find the complete SWOT analysis, your strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threat. Let's and we can look around what threats we have, what weaknesses you have, how you can come, and we can rate them. Weaknesses 1, weaknesses 2, strength. Yes, reduce the weaknesses, develop the opportunity. Strength, use the strength to reduce the threat, avoid the threat by reducing the weaknesses. So these are, we can map them and we can look around our internal companies. Any question, Andy?
No, no.
Okay. So this is model is very, so we can look around SO, we can look around SO is called internal. SO is internal. S is the internal, O is the external, and we can look around. SO is mean maxi approach. Your maximum good distribution of the network, increase the market share, potential strategy to existing distribution channel, increase availability of the product. ST is if is a strength to thread. Yes, a trend to reduce, use your strength to reduce the threads. Yes, you overcome the threads which come from the outside. Maybe you do the merger acquisition of the companies, and it can be weaknesses, opportunity, reduce your weaknesses to avail your opportunity, net upsell, the cross sell, increase market share, potential strategy, focus on the competitive product and service, and complete. Yes, so WT, avoid the threads by reducing the weaknesses. Is a poor implemented CRM system. Brand awareness is a limited. Potential strategy, focus on the reliable data, enhance awareness within existing market, not do the new market. So when you have assessed the relationship about its own organization, then you can think about utilize existing distribution channel to increase the availability of the product, next day delivery, focus high quality of the product. Yes, which we can look around. W1 maybe focus on the part competitive product. Yes, and the service complement. We need to be look around how we can improve your internal system and create efficiency. ST, when we look integrated creation of the deeper within the company's bridge the skill if there is a skill gap, and focus on the reliable data, enhance the awareness and existing market. That's which we can look around. And then we have a 3.3 apply technique of quantify the business internal environment. One of the technique is quantify the internal environment. It's SWOT, which we said earlier. It can be used. The SWOT analysis involve identifying strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and analysis can be conducted throughout the series of the brainstorming meeting and with the relevant stakeholders, and certain the positive attributes as a business. So positive attributes, like goodwill of the company, the product features and benefit, how we can in the eyes of the customer, we can exceed, we can deliver the value for money, and implies turnover and low profitability. Opportunities are internal factors that the business can take the advantage of, such as changing the market, emerging trends, and the threats factors which is coming. All these are external, and we need to be focused. Yes, SWOT analysis is complete, and the result can be developed the strategy for the future based on SWOT. Yes, internal with external environment, you can measure it and then you can guess it. An example of apply the technique, quantify internal environment of Tesco using so strong market position, diversify product. These are the strength, efficient supply chain, strong online presence, experienced management team, weakness and dependency on the UK market high, because the UK store, Tesco is the most store, high level of debt, dependencies of the third party supplier, decline of the profitability in some market, limited international presence. That's the weakness they have to overcome, and they are doing it, and they're just diversifying the business. Opportunity expansion into international growth, online sale, increased demand, organic, healthy expansion of the new market, financial. These are all the opportunities there. And the threat, intense competition, economic downturn, recession at the moment, change in the government legislation, fluctuation in the exchange rate, when you're dealing with, these are all the threats. So in table, they show the internal environment, analyzing or in analysis, which is Tesco using the SWOT and the strengths, weaknesses, and control over. And while the opportunities and the threats are external and the company has no control over, but the SWOT analysis help Tesco to identify strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and develop the strategies accordingly to overcome the threats. Otherwise, we can not achieve. And then we have a 3.4, assess the business internal environment. Assessing the business internal environment, we can look around internal resources, capability, and culture of the organization. We can look around organization structure. SWOT analysis, a popular tool, will help to use internal and external value chain model, which is Porter value chain, is very popular, which can be used to be resource-based view. We can look around 3 types of resource: human, financial, and asset. That's which we can look around. 3 M's, man, material, and money. Competitive analysis we can do in the market, how much competition, what competitive advantage. Balance scorecard, which is given by Norton Kaplan, is quite good to be in a financial perspective, customer perspective, because you're not focused just on the profitability perspective. These all the perspective you can look around and make the strategic decision that help to achieve the desired objective. Okay, McKinsey 7S. While if you want to be changed, we have to be, McKinsey is one of the authors, gave the 7S approach. We need to look around the organization structures, strategies, systems, shared values, skills, style, and the staff. So if you want to be succeed, you have to focus on these 7 S's, and we have to develop the strategies accordingly. Dominant effect of any one element transform to restore the effective balance between these. Emphasis the strong chain, culture, impact, and drive, in organization culture. This is the McKinsey 7S approach, which is structure, system, style. It's a connected network. You can't really eliminate them. You have to work together to achieve the desired objective as an organization. So McKinsey 7S, hard and soft. Hard elements, it's your strategy, structure, and systems. You have to be focused. Strategy is action plan, like you want structure of organization and system, which is you can soft, which is can be easily shared values, style, staff, and skill. You have to do upskilling. So this framework is very popular in which we can use it. The Porter value chain model, which is given by Michael Porter, one of the great scholar, he said we have some primary activity we need to be focused in a business. So inbound logistic, operation, outbound logistic, marketing, after sale, and we have to look around infrastructure, human resource, and technology. These are the secondary activities and the primary activity. So if they work, secondary and primary together, we can create the value in our organization, and the value is mean the competitive advantage against the competitor. Any question?
No, not yet. Can I be excused for 2 minutes, please, because I have something to do urgently?
No problem. That's fine. I'll just finish last bit.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Understanding the value of the chain, the term value is referred to the various, the business activities involved creating the product and performing the service that create the value multiple, and the service life cycle, including research and development, Harvard Business School, Michael Porter, competitive advantage, task, the stock and the processes, and comprise the company value, which we can look around how we can create the competitive advantage through and utilizing your resources efficient component of value chain according to the Porter definition about the activity make up the firm's value can be split into the two primary. We said inbound logistic, the things are coming in, you have to be, maybe you apply the economics ordered quantity, you look around the safety level, you'll change your business model, operation activities related to the turning raw material into component. Outbound logistic, when you're selling things, the things are going outside, include packaging, sorting, shipping. Markets, these activities related to the marketing. Yes, is promoting product, price, and we can focus on the 7 P's: product, price, promotion, place, process, people, and physical evidence. In marketing, that's we can look around to create the values, and finalizing and including installation, training, and quality. And secondary activities help the primary activities to become more efficient, effective, creating competitive advantage. Broken down: procurement activities related to the sourcing of raw material, technology development activities that are related to the, yes, including the product resources, which we can human, that's which we can look around. And then the value chain analysis mean evaluating the each activities company, how can we can create the value in the eyes of customer, and we can look around if we work as a connective activities, cost reduction policies can be each activity value be efficient, therefore the less expensive. A product differentiation include the time and the resources, the research and development and design and the marketing create the value for, and using the resources effectively. Typically increasing the performance, one of the four secondary activity can be benefited at least one primary activity. Okay, so that's what the key, today lesson we learn about internal environment. We discuss all the key models, we discussed SWOT, we went through the Porter value chain and mention you VRIO model, we discussed the resource based view, we discussed McKinsey 7S approaches, and these all help but the key is the SWOT analysis, internal and external environment, and we can measure how we can run as an organization, and we need to look around the stakeholder. Thanks for attending today, and I will speak to you during our next lesson, and hope so. And if anyone any question, please, if you're listening this recording, drop me email and at ukversity.co.uk. Thanks for attending, and hope to speak to you during our LO4. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.